Today, again, is a great day for Baton Rouge and our entire state. We're here to make a great announcement about a new technology center to be located right here in Baton Rouge. Before I get into the details of today's announcement, I want to provide just a little bit of context for how we got here. For too many years, we watched companies expand and invest in other states and even countries. Our state didn't offer a competitive business environment. Louisiana wasn't aggressive enough in its economic development efforts. Because we lagged behind in our economic development efforts, we too often sent our best and brightest, our sons and daughters, to other states. Not by choice, but because Louisiana couldn't offer them the best career opportunities they deserved but couldn't always find here. For too many years, we watched cities like Houston, Dallas, and Austin take away our best, our most ambitious students who would go on to great careers, but not here in Louisiana. We stood by seeing our population continue to suffer and our economy falter. 4.5 years ago, we set out to reverse that trend. Because of our work, we have seen a total turnaround in our state's economy. I'm proud to say that today, Louisiana is leading the economic recovery in the South and in the country. Our employment performance continues to outpace that of the South and the country coming out of the recession. Over the last year, for example, Louisiana had the second highest job growth in the entire country. Our per capita income has increased by over $2,700 in the last 4 years. Our per capita income rank has jumped 17 spots since 2000. We're now at our highest ranking in more than 80 years. For the last 4 years in a row, after 25 years of losing people, more people are now moving into our state than leaving our state. To get there, we had to do things differently in Louisiana. In order to keep jobs here and to create new ones, we had to improve our business climate, making it more attractive for companies to invest and create opportunities for our people. We have cut taxes, we've reined in spending, we've overhauled our ethics laws, we have revamped our workforce development system. Combined, these reforms have given Louisiana one of the best business climates in the country. Louisiana has now climbed to its highest ever business climate ranking by every leading publication that measures the competitiveness of states. You may have seen in today's paper, just last week, Business Facilities magazine ranked Louisiana the number 5 state in the country for the best business climate in the entire country. It's our highest ranking ever. We've also jumped 14 positions in the latest Forbes rankings of best states for businesses. Site Selection magazine raised Louisiana's ranking. They elevated our ranking of business climate to number 7 in the country, a climb from 25 just 2 years ago. Area Development said Louisiana ranks number 6 amongst the top states for doing business. Southern Business Development named Louisiana the State of the Year for the 3rd straight year in 2011. These are signs of incredible progress. Only in Louisiana will you find this kind of economic momentum as you look across the country. And our work to make our business climate more competitive is already paying off. Since January of 2008, we have secured economic development projects creating more than 51,500 new jobs, more than $12.6 billion in new capital investment, along with hundreds of millions of dollars of sales for Louisiana's small businesses. In just the digital, medical, and technology sectors alone, we've accumulated a growing number of great projects wins thanks to our best-in-the-nation digital interactive media and software development incentive. With this tool, we've attracted major headquarters expansions, companies like CenturyLink in Monroe and Schumacher Group in Lafayette. Joining them are major players such as GE Capital in New Orleans, EA in Baton Rouge, Gameloft in New Orleans, Pixel Magic in Lafayette, and Firebrand Games in Baton Rouge. Today, we're here to add yet another outstanding company to the growing list of companies who are expanding in Louisiana because of our strong business climate and helping to make Baton Rouge and our entire state a beacon for the digital media and technology companies. Today, I'm proud to announce that Ameritas will be opening a new software development technology center right here in downtown Baton Rouge. This project will create 300 new jobs with an average salary of $63,000 before benefits. Those 300 new jobs will result in an additional 306 indirect jobs in the region for a total of more than 600 new jobs for the greater Baton Rouge area. Let's give Brian and his team another great round of applause. These are exactly the kinds of jobs we want for our children, for our sons and daughters. These are exactly the kinds of jobs that will keep our families here in Louisiana. I want to talk to you just a quick minute before I turn things over to Brian. I want to brag about Ameritas for just a second. They deliver high-performance IT services for a wide array of clients, including banks, insurance companies, healthcare providers, retailers, and entertainment companies. They deliver their IT services. They deliver all of their IT services from development centers right here in the United States. Now, I want to repeat that now. They deliver all of their IT services from development centers right here in the United States. I know there's national debate about jobs going overseas. Ameritas is proving that American workers can compete with workers anywhere in the world and perform that work right here. This gives their clients greater convenience, lower turnover, legal and regulatory safeguards, and a lower risk of business disruptions. The company is going to open their IT center here in this Chase building in October. They're going to start hiring employees starting in September. Now, they could have decided to open this IT center anywhere else in the United States. In fact, they've already been in talks with folks in Massachusetts and Maine where they may still open IT centers, but they chose to locate the first center right here in Baton Rouge. Now, I want you to think about that. They could have gone anywhere, and they decided to come here, showing that, again, Baton Rouge and Louisiana can compete not only with any state, but any country for good paying and great jobs, even in this economy. They picked Baton Rouge because of our strong and dedicated workforce, the great educational institutions in the region, and our strong business climate. Today's announcement just joins a growing list of economic development projects in the capital region and across our state that are generating momentum for our state's economy, creating more opportunities for our children. In the capital region since 2008, we've announced over 50 major economic development wins, resulting in over 16,000 jobs, $5 billion in capital investment. For example, in May, DMC Carter Chambers invested $10 million to build a new headquarters, creating 80 new jobs. In April, SC Tylos announced it will invest $120 million to build a new plant across the river, creating 30 new direct jobs, keeping 270 jobs. In February, Union Pacific announced they were investing over $200 million to create 225 new direct jobs and keeping 1,100 jobs. In February, Pixamundo also announced they're opening a studio at the Celtic Media Center, hiring 50 people in their first year, 75 in their second year, and also creating additional indirect jobs. The list goes on, but the point is this. Baton Rouge and Louisiana are creating jobs despite the national recession because of our business climate, our competitive tax structure, our incentives, but most importantly, our talented, skilled, and abundant workforce. I just want to say today is a great day for Ameritas, a great day for Baton Rouge and Louisiana. Our commitment is that we're not stopping here. We will continue to work tirelessly until every family, every son, every daughter can pursue their dreams without leaving this great state. Before I turn things over to Brian, I want to brag about him just for a second. He's had a very successful career in the business world. I was teasing him earlier today, and I said many folks at his point and what he has been able to do in terms of building successful companies would have retired at this point. You probably find them on a beautiful day like today outside playing golf or sailing or on vacation instead of making an economic development announcement. One of the reasons he is doing this, he believes firmly that we can create good-paying jobs right here in America, especially in the IT sector, that will provide not only great salaries, great benefits, and allow families to pay their bills and raise their children right here. I think that's a great, great vision, and we are thrilled that he's going to be so successful right here in Baton Rouge. Please give a great Baton Rouge, a great Louisiana welcome to Ameritas CEO Brian Keane.
Over the last 7 months, I've actually traveled to many, many states and met with countless government officials. And you should be proud to know, Governor, that your state distinguished itself with the professionalism and the customer service of the LED, of Fast Start, of the Baton Rouge Chamber of Commerce. Without them, we would not be here today. They've really done a terrific job. And I agree with everything that you've said about Louisiana, the business climate here. It's very ripe, and I'm very enthusiastic about it. I'm excited to be partnering with Louisiana to address what I think are some of the most critical issues facing America today, namely high unemployment, lackluster job creation, and a marginal economy, really the recession that's been going on for years. Today, together, we have the opportunity to show the nation that we can, in fact, create jobs, revitalize our cities, and replicate this model across different cities throughout the United States. For almost 4 years, we've had unemployment over 8%. That's really a high level of unemployment. Those are millions of Americans without jobs. Amazingly, at the same time, we're facing a critical shortage of IT workers. Think about that. More than 8% unemployment, and you have a critical shortage of IT workers. And what have we done about it? Well, one of the things that we've done about it is we've outsourced millions of IT jobs offshore. We've also brought in hundreds of thousands of foreign workers on H-1B and L-1B visas to work right here in the United States. What I think, in my opinion, is that we're abdicating our technology leadership at a time when nothing is more important, as technology is the source of innovation and competitive success. I started Ameritas to do something about this. The Ameritas model, as the governor had mentioned, it's about domestic outsourcing or insourcing. Choose your word. It's all about the United States and creating jobs in the United States and doing it better, faster, more effectively here. Our goal is to bring IT jobs back to the United States. These are high-quality IT jobs. The average software developer in the United States makes $75,000 a year. These are very attractive jobs. Our goal is also here in Louisiana is to be attracting the youth that maybe have left Louisiana for Texas or for other states because the jobs were not available. Well, Ameritas, we're going to be helping by setting up a technology center right here in Baton Rouge. Our model is to create software development centers in low-cost urban settings, metropolitan settings throughout the United States, with the first being right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We anticipate that these software development centers will be 300 to 500 people. Our model is to identify low-cost metropolitan marketplaces, and critical to the model is that we partner with local schools, colleges, technical schools, so we can create the supply of IT workers in the future. So we can work with these colleges such as LSU, Tulane, Loyola, and College of New Orleans, who have enthusiastically embraced the concept of Ameritas and are willing to adjust their curriculum to be relevant to real-life corporate America, as opposed to what might be interested strictly from an academic standpoint. So we're partnering with the universities, and we think that that will help to address this IT shortage, this IT critical shortage that we're facing in the country. We have a ton of work ahead of us. But importantly, I know that we can do this. I know I've done it before. I've built large companies before. And this is too important for our country. Having technology self-sufficiency is critical for our country. And we can start with this model right here in Baton Rouge, a model that we can replicate elsewhere. And Louisiana and Ameritas can be real leaders, are real leaders in that respect. Once again, I'd like to thank the governor and the mayor and all of you for joining us. Thank you very much.
He talked about a company coming in here, bringing quality jobs. He talked about the fact that we're not outsourcing jobs. We're really now training people and bringing people back home. He talked about things that a lot of parents always say, I'd like to keep my child at home instead of having to buy a plane ticket to go out of town to see my grandbaby. He talked about education, because we all know that's the critical ladder of success for our young people. But he talked about training. And so we're not saying education, but we're saying training and preparing you to meet the demands and challenges of today and in the future. But he talked about the greatness of this place we call Louisiana, because he saw something here very special. And in saying that, I think it challenges us to appreciate what we have in this state. And that when you inventory the assets in Louisiana, we are a great people. But we should be high on ourselves, because other people now are looking and seeing things within us that we need to promote a lot more. So he's also a promoter for us across this whole nation. But when you look at a team from the governor's office to economic development to the chamber to our office, and many of you who will probably not be recognized, but yet that did not serve as any impediment to you understanding how important it is that we have a company of this magnitude in Louisiana. To Brian, we say thank you. To all of those who helped to make this happen, we say thank you. To the legislators and others and council, thank you as well. This has truly been a team effort. But as we walk out of here, understand, because of people like Brian and his company, we don't have to be second to anyone because we have the talent to do it and the people to make it happen. Thank you and God bless you.
Ameritas is bringing an IT development center right here to Baton Rouge. That means over 300 direct jobs, 300 indirect jobs, average pay over $60,000 on those direct jobs. This is a great win for our economy. You know, they could have gone to any other state in the country. They decided to put these jobs in America. They decided to put these jobs in Louisiana. These are good-paying jobs. These are exactly the kinds of jobs that will keep our sons and daughters here at home. When you think about the indirect jobs these will create, those will help to support great jobs and great spending in our economy. You may have seen the numbers just last week. Louisiana posted, when you look at our job gains over the year, second highest job gain over the year in terms of the entire country. We continue to outperform the southern and national economies. It's because of announcements like today. We continue to build a strong business climate. We continue to recruit companies to come here to keep our sons and daughters at home. So we're excited about today's announcement. Before I take questions, let me allow Brian to also say a couple of words about Ameritas and today's announcement.
Well, thank you, Governor. And as Governor mentioned, we're very enthusiastic to be here. We have visited many states but chose Louisiana because we feel as though the economic environment here, the combination of the cost of living, the affordability, and importantly the educational institutions, that what we can do is we can set up a software development center that not only can compete nationally, but we're hoping to, and our goal is to be bringing jobs back from offshore, IT jobs, high-paying jobs. And Baton Rouge is our initial facility, and we look forward to working together.
That's right. Energy will continue to be a very important part of our economy down here, and that's a very good thing, but we absolutely want to grow the IT sector. Ameritas' announcement today is one in a series of announcements. You may remember a few years ago we had Electronic Arts put their first quality assurance center in North America, also here in Baton Rouge, working in partnership with LSU. We've seen GE bring in over hundreds of jobs over in New Orleans, and again, that IT center, over 300 jobs, could have been anywhere in the country. They chose New Orleans. You're looking at Gameloft, Pixamundo, and a lot of companies choosing to come to be here in Louisiana. I think it's because of our skilled workforce, our educational institutions, certainly our digital media incentives, and other programs we're putting in place. Absolutely. LED, the state of Louisiana has identified the digital media area, and that includes IT as well as video game development, as a fast-growing part of the economy, both nationally as well as here in Louisiana, a source of good-paying jobs. So it is a target for us. It's a priority for us. I think this is only another step in very good things happening when it comes to IT and digital media jobs. And again, these are good-paying jobs, and these are jobs that could go anywhere. So to have them in Louisiana, I think is a great win. Ameritas has looked at other states, looked at Massachusetts, Maine, other states. Their first center is coming here speaks volumes about our competitiveness, our ability to win these kinds of jobs and these kinds of economic development wins.
Why did you pick Louisiana?
Well, actually, I've had a multi-month effort looking across multiple states across the United States. And our model is to choose low-cost metropolitan marketplaces where we can attract IT talent, and we can partner with local educational institutions such as LSU and Tulane and Loyola and College of New Orleans to build sort of the workforce of the future. Louisiana had the perfect combination of an affordable cost of living, excellent educational institutions, and the support from the Louisiana Department of Economic Development, the Baton Rouge Chamber of Commerce, all made Louisiana and Baton Rouge an excellent first choice.
What kind of place is Louisiana for doing business?
Well, obviously with this being the first location that we're opening up a software development center, I'm very enthusiastic that Louisiana is very responsive, it's professional, it is focused on helping me be successful. And the more successful I am, the more jobs we create, so I find Louisiana one of the perhaps the most economically friendly states that I've come across.
Well, this has been a great team effort. LED has been working with the folks in Ameritas to show them our business climate, our educational institutions, to also show them the graduates that not only are here but also want to come back to Louisiana. But we also had great local partners. Baton Rouge Chamber, the city's also worked very well with us. A lot of folks work together to make this happen. But LED has been in touch with Ameritas now for quite some time, showing them the advantages of being here in Baton Rouge, here in Louisiana. It's a low-cost environment for businesses. We've cut spending. We've kept our tax rates low and predictable, revamped our workforce training program. Ameritas will be using, for example, Fast Start, which has been named by Business Facilities the #1 workforce training program in the entire country a couple of years in a row. So LED has been doing a great job showing Ameritas the advantages of being in Baton Rouge, the ability to find the IT workers they need, the ability to find the graduates and the highly skilled workers they'll need to be competitive right here.